欢迎来到 Veetas 心灵美学，每天与你共振爱的频率。最近到处充满着圣诞气氛，我喜欢圣诞节带来的真实意义，也就是基督意识带给人类和平与融合为一体的心。圣诞节也是结束牺牲的象征，释放被束缚的心灵，重获自由。今天分享给你耶稣诞生前夕的一些小故事，本周可以每天睡前听一则，作为耶诞节的倒数。愿基督之心充满你，并经由你散发出来。
December, my favorite month of the year. Not only the year is filled with holiday and fear, but it's a time we express love and gratitude to our beloved ones. I especially enjoy the traditional and delightful way of holiday rituals, keeping the event calendar to tell the story of Christmas. This book set is numbered from 1 to 24 to be held from December the 1st to Christmas Eve of the birth of baby Jesus. I enjoy reading it every year, and I'll be reading one per day from now on to see what's going on in the Holy Land 2,020 years ago, before baby Jesus was born, and it was the very first Christmas. Hope you will enjoy the stories and they will fill your heart every day.
Angel Gabriel, December the 4th. One day the angel Gabriel came to Mary, bringing wonderful news. His face was kind and full of compassion, yet Mary trembled before him. Do not be afraid, Mary. God is pleased with you and has chosen you to be the mother of his son. The child will be called Jesus, and his goddess will help light up the world. He will rule the kingdom of David, and his rule will never end.
Book number 8, The Journey. Joseph helped Mary climb onto the donkey's back. Then he led the donkey slowly away from their home, down the streets of Nazareth and into the countryside. The road took them through fields filled with screeching birds and wilderness areas inhabited by howling jackals. Now and then, Joseph and Mary felt afraid, but they comforted each other and spoke of their faith in God. Clip, clop, clip, clop went the donkey's hooves as they plop up the steep, dusty trails. Clip, clop, clip, clop went the donkey on steady hoofs down winding hills and rocky paths. The stones hurt Joseph's feet, and the sun made Mary drowsy. How she longed to stretch out on the soft bed, but the road to Bethlehem was a long one, and they still had many miles to go. Very far away. Finally, the trail led them down to the steady desert with its long hot days and cold nights. Joseph and Mary prayed they would be safe. Clip, clop, clip, clop. Hope you sleep well. Hope you enjoy
today's story. Sleep well. Good night. In the last episode, Mary and Joseph are on their way to Bethlehem. Today we will reveal what's happening in another part of the world while they are traveling. Book number 9, The Star. Miles away in lands far from one another, 3 kings were each gazing at a star they had never seen before. The 3 kings were called wise men because they spent time studying the universe. When they consulted their books, they saw that this new star was a sign that the great king was about to be born. Book number 10, The 3 Wise Men. Bearing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, the 3 wise men set out, each in his turn, to follow this wondrous new star, knowing that it would lead them to the newborn king. After traveling many days and many nights, the 3 wise men met in the desert. When they learned that they were all following the same star, they decided to continue on their journey together. Hope you enjoyed today's story. Have a good night's sleep. Sleep well. Good night. Donkey carried her over the stretches of sand and rocks. How thirsty she was. If only she could take a long, cool drink. But Mary knew they had to make their water last. So all she would allow herself was one small sip at a time. Don't worry, Mary, said Joseph. God is watching. He will provide for us. At last, their faith was rewarded. Look, cried Joseph, an oasis. A small pool of water glistened ahead. Joseph led Mary to the cool water where they bathed and quenched their thirst. Mary and Joseph said a prayer of thanks for this refreshing gift, and even the donkey brayed happily as he splashed in the water. Mary and Joseph rested under the shade of the palm trees and fell fast asleep. Hope you enjoyed today's story. Sleep well. Good night. People in Bethlehem look up to see the sky filled with singing angels. Fear not, for I bring tidings of great joy, said an angel. The hearts of the people were filled with gladness. they find the newborn baby was the Son of God. The star guided them to the stable where they saw Mary and Joseph watching over the baby Jesus. "It's the Holy Child of God," they whispered. The three wise men and the animals all bowed down their heads and fell to their knees and worshiped baby Jesus. "This is the day that God has made blessed. This is He who will give strength to His people. Today will be remembered always." So it is that at Christmas we celebrate the birth of a blessed baby who was born on Starry Night in a peaceful stable in Bethlehem. I personally had traveled to Bethlehem to see the exact location where baby Jesus was born. It is now called Church of Nativity and is protected by UNESCO. And the stable was nicely kept. I'll always remember the peacefulness and serenity I obtained during my stay over there. Hope you enjoyed a series of Christmas stories. Have a Merry Christmas. God bless you all.